and I'm rocking the poncho in 90-degree heat, which can only mean one thing, that Triumphant is back in Mexico for T12, guys. Back in Rosarito at the beach. This time, we won't need the ponchos because it's summer.
Yep.
Oh, yep. There it goes.
Yeah.
So take the ponchos off, put on the bikinis and the board shorts, boys, because it's vacation time in Mexico. We're talking everything T12 here. I'm Brandon Kyle, alongside the CEO, Jeff Corris, and Mr. Koo, COO here.
What's happening?
Zay. We're talking everything T12, guys. I know you guys got a lot of questions. You guys want to know what's going on, who's on the show, when is it going to be, where is it going to be, where should I stay, what should I eat. So we're going to break everything down for you. But before we move on to T12, I thought we would just talk a little bit about the epic show we had in Miami about a month ago for T11, guys. So many things happened. So many crazy moments, crazy championship fights.
I just got the chills when you said that. I was just thinking about...
Thinking of the moments, right? Thinking of the moments.
That happened.
So let me just say, obviously there's a lot of things happening. We had Kevin Ross announces his retirement in the ring, and that was his final fight. We had a great fight for a triumphant championship with Abraham Vidalis. And Bella Freak. Guys, so many moments. So many moments. I was gonna ask. So, what out of all those moments, guys, what are some of your favorite moments from T11?
I mean, the national anthem was so natural, but it was a mistake. It was a mistake on
that was
sound.
a blooper.
It was a blooper, but the energy in that place grabbed that and just said, we're not going to let that pass. We're just going to do it anyway. And someone started it in the
we got to find that guy.
It was Stephen Bobbinchuk's brother is what I...
What, really?
Oh, I did.
He said,
meet
that guy who started that was my brother.
Great.
Yeah.
Of course it was a Bobbinchuk.
Hey, for sure, right?
Of course it was a Bobbinchuk.
No, it was
good job, Bobbinchuks.
It was really good.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was something that...
I had to agree.
Yeah, and I did shed a thug tear when Kevin Ross...
I think I heard.
I was in the ring and I was just like, oh.
I don't say here. I'm trying to stay out of the camera.
I heard a lot of people couldn't hold it back when that happened. I was holding it in so deep, trying to do the interview and not cry. I actually, when he was doing that, me as a broadcaster, when I look back on special moments that I had broadcasting, I think when I'm old down the line, I'm gonna look back and I felt that at the time, where in my mind I'm going, oh my gosh, this is a special moment. This guy is a legend. He's driven the sport in America for years, a decade. He's been kind of the face of American Muay Thai. So when he started, kind of leaning that way, I kind of started to go oh man, this is about to happen right now. And then this, kind of passing the torch to the next generations, and he's done so much. We wouldn't be where we're at in America with Muay Thai if it wasn't for Kevin Ross.
I watched his YouTubes when I first started training Muay Thai, and I found the love for it, and I was Googling American Muay Thai, and I was watching that, and then to be in the ring while he was doing that was just big for me, in martial arts.
Yeah, when you think of American Muay Thai, you see him. I see that picture with him and his knuckles down, when he's doing a wide crew.
Exactly.
That picture is
everywhere. Yeah.
That picture is epic, and people wrote in and said, oh, that picture's been in our gym, and that, he inspired me to start training and whatnot. Jeff, what about you, man? What did you think, or what moment grabbed you there at T11?
You know what? I took a big, since that was already taken, you know what I mean? That would have been it for me too. But one thing I did where I actually went live is, I'm gonna keep pounding his name, is Luke Lacey. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was so proud to put
the
that.
Chef.
Yeah, the chef.
Oh, Lacey, yeah.
You see how he,
Lacey, he really had a hell of a performance, didn't he?
Yeah. So I was, and he said it in his interview. He was like, he goes, I've been, Jeff's been trying to talk to me for a long time and get him on the show, to get on the show and to go pro.
He's such a
He's
cool
my
kid,
special
man.
find, you know what I mean? It wasn't just recent. I've been watching him over the years. He knows it, you know what I mean? And he was patient, and I'm glad he did it. Because
Working with him and just being on the phone with the guy, like
yeah,
he's
very cool to work with. He's very
Yeah.
humble. He knows.
I
he
do
knows
have
what his
different
path is.
personalities, but he was right on
Yeah.
it, and I still text him. I mean, I think he texted me the other day, like joking.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're listening, put your fight out, man. Go ahead. He was asking me, he was like,
Yeah.
man, can I post
He
my
said,
fight?
it's
And I'm
okay.
like, yeah,
I said,
go
wait
ahead.
30 days, bro. Wait 30 days.
Sometimes when we have pay-per-views like that, there's like litigations and things that we have to do. We have to wait a certain period of time.
Yeah,
before
we get
start
hit up by
putting videos out.
the company.
I don't mean to, tell you guys like, hey, take that video down, but it's really just legal stuff. We're under different contracts, so we have to wait a little bit.
But once it's all good to go,
Have
it's
at
all
it,
good to
promote
go. Have
yourself.
at it. I mean, we want you to promote your
Yeah,
fights.
for sure.
We want people to see. And then what's funny? I saw Abraham Vidalis. There was a point where I said lean back. And then Rich goes,
Oh, yeah, he posted.
yeah. And then he posted with the Fat Joe, lean back, lean back. And so I thought that was funny that Vidalis, everybody's posting and stuff like that. So very good, very good. I thought that Vidalis Bella Freak fight. I mean, wow. I mean, that was one of those ones where you like lose your voice calling it.
Yeah.
And it's like me, Primo, and David.
Yeah.
And Rich. We just turned into fans. I love those fights where you just turn into a fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just in it. You're in the moment. Are we good?
That was my first time.
Are we
meeting
good technically?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing we can do about it. If you guys are watching this, it does say August 12th.
Right.
It's August 7th, but we're going to keep pounding that date in anyway, so.
Yeah. Don't worry. You guys will know. You guys will know when it is.
We just move forward.
Yeah.
But back to Primo.
So that was me doing it.
I never knew the guy. I just knew his name. And
Yeah.
you guys were bringing up that someone else was coming in, and I was like, oh, man, I shook his hand, said what's up, and then just his addition to what we already have was like really cool to have another personality that meshed.
Yes,
and I know we're going to talk
exactly.
about this later, but
Yeah.
it is a vibe.
It's a vibe,
with
bro.
the way we work. He jumped right in, just like Richard Abraham. He jumped in, and you do set the pace for that, Brandon, for a lot of people. But it just everybody goes together.
No, well, I met Primo, actually. I was cornering the Rockstar. I was cornering Charles for a glory fight in New York.
What's up, Charles?
And what up, Rockstar? We needed somebody, to tape hands, and he was in our locker room taping somebody's hands. And so we just start chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? And we really hit it off. Like, we're joking. You know how Charles is backstage getting ready for a fight. Like, we're cracking jokes. Like, it doesn't feel like we're about to
doesn't take
fight.
anything
Yeah,
serious.
yeah. So, but Primo fit right in there and was just throwing it back and forth with us. And so when I found out Primo was going to be part of the team, since we were going to be in the East Coast and we brought him down from New York, I was like, oh, I was actually, when I saw him commentate, he was doing I think Max Muay Thai. He was doing commentary. He's done commentary in Thailand. Yes.
No? Okay.
Well, he did that too, but I ain't going to talk about that. We ain't talking about fights. What fights? Yeah. Well, no. But Max Muay Thai we could talk about, right? No. So I think I saw him do Max Muay Thai, and I saw him do hurts. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like,
It rhymes with Schmorsh.
yeah. I talk about that football show, Friday Night Lights. Love that show.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're the East Coast me, and he's
exactly.
like, oh, you're the West Coast me. And now that we're working together, and that was great. And then Rich, Scarface, Abraham. Because Rich called.
He just posted on a birthday thing.
Rich called me up, and he's like, man, what are we wearing? And I was like, I'm gonna go full fucking Miami.
Yeah.
I want to go full Miami, right? I said, screw the ties. Silk, floral shirts, let's go straight, Miami. And he goes, oh, okay. Okay, because I like to wear my chains and stuff. I said, wear them.
He definitely wore every gold
And he's
chain.
all, I got something for you, right? He goes, oh, I got something for you, and I was like, okay.
That's what makes it fun though, because we, it's like it's an event for us, So we get dressed. We don't try to match or anything, but when we see there, I see you, and I'm like, okay, you look good, man. Props. Same with David. I see you guys. I'm like, oh, everybody looks good.
Well, that was coordinated. I said, let's like with the ponchos, right? I like to let's embrace the culture of wherever we're at. We're gonna go and and whatever city we're in, we want to adapt to that city and embrace that culture.
I try my best to adapt.
Well, you know what? To be honest, Zay, you always dress like you're in Miami.
I felt like a Cuban sandwich while I was there.
You looked under. You did what you usually do. Yeah. What you do everywhere else is like, damn. What you did in Miami was like, he's kind of underdressed here, huh? Yeah. Just mailing it in, right?
Oh, but you see the shoes.
Yeah,
the shoes kill.
The shoes. I mean, I've seen Zay in a pink coat. I've seen Zay in I've seen him in crushed linen, like Puff Daddy video. I've seen Zay in a floral shirt with a Pharrell hat and boots.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got that from my dad, man. My dad, like, when he goes somewhere, he was just always taking the light with the way he dressed. So, you know, that's one thing that I picked up, you know, going to these events and doing this. I was like, you know, I gotta dress. I want to dress like I feel myself. You know, not to be too fancy. Just I want to feel, you know.
Well, part. You know, I think I think that's cool that, you know, that's kind of how we all are able to express our different personalities, which kind of, you know, brings me to our next subject. A lot of people ask us, you know, how did this show get put together, and you know, how does the show work? And it's interesting because, you know, there are certain companies that are run, and the head of the company says, this is the only way that we're going to do things. This is the way I want it done, and that's how we're going to do it. I don't care how you do you. What I like about Triumphant is Jeff is very open to say, man, you know, like, you know, from the very first show, he's like, do you, dude. Like, that's your thing. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you how to broadcast. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell these guys how to do this or the production guys how to do that. Yeah. That I hire guys and I pull guys that I want to work with, that I like, that I trust. So I'm going to give you that trust, and I'm going to let you do your thing. Like Zay, like a lot of people don't realize how much Zay is doing behind the scenes.
Well, I've had to learn, and you know, when things change, you have to be able to adapt to it. But I've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot from Jeff. I learned a lot from the team on how to make things easier for everybody. Yeah. And as long as I just keep doing the things that I'm learning, it just gets smoother for everyone.
So yeah, because when I first started, Jeff was doing so much. He was so stressed. He's running around. He's doing so much stuff. No, and then and Zay was like there, like, I got you. What do you need? Yeah. But Jeff was so like, he was so focused on what he was doing, he really didn't have time to delegate. Right. But slowly as things progressed, Jeff, you know, was able to kind of be able to delegate more to Zay. And Zay, you know, took a lot of those operational things so Jeff could focus on other parts of the show, which you know, was something I wanted to talk to Jeff about. You know, Zay and I have actually bought majority shares of the company now. And, you know, now that the power has shifted so much and Zay knows so much, Jeff, I'm sorry, you're off the board. We're taking over. No.
51%.
Hey, back on that point, though, like, it's to answer that subject, it's very simple. If someone is your boy and you see them struggling and you see that it's hard for them, if that's your boy, you help them out. It was simple as that. I seen Jeff really working hard to these fights. I seen it was stressing him, and if that's my boy, I help him out. Same with you. When we work together, you're doing.
This is me. This is me in the show. Whenever there was a problem, this is me.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at him. I'm like,
and this is Zay.
So, you know, that's my boy.
I got you. I mean, I'm glad that like they didn't like if they would have. Actually, I wish they would have just switched to the commentator cam.
Right.
Every now and then while I'm like, and see me going super ham.
I wonder if it is recorded.
Doing sign language to Zay. The mic's not working.
I think I remember seeing Brendan throw something before.
Oh yeah, no. So Primo couldn't hear me because I was trying to call Primo to do the score. Yeah. So I'm all, and let's go to Primo for his score so far on this fight. Primo! And he didn't hear me, so I fucking chucked a pin right at him, dude, and it hit him, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, I got a 1-1 so far. Lisi's doing really good with it, you know. So it was funny. Yeah, Zay is the cooler of the group. Yeah, because me and Jeff are very passionate.
Both of you.
I'm just gonna say we're passionate. We're passionate guys. So whenever something isn't going our way that we want it to be during the show, we can get very passionate about it. And when I say passionate, I mean we get a look on our face like we're about to whoop your ass. If Zay wasn't there to come and be like, hey, he's so smooth. One time, the production manager comes up and goes, "Oh man, you're gonna have to stall out, or you're gonna have to talk for half an hour because something's not working right, and we can't start the pay-per-view for half an hour." And dude, my eyes turned to fire and brimstone. Thank God, if Zay wasn't, I was about to rip. I was about to go, "What the do you mean we're gonna?" Right? And Zay just goes, "Okay. What can we do? Do." And Zay just came in.
It's kind of like a really smooth. You just talk to someone. You're like, "Hey, man, you like things? I do things, so we can figure this out."
Yeah. He's always he's one of those well, there's a will, there's a way type guys, right? He's like, "Don't worry, B, we're gonna get on. We're gonna take care of it."
And it works out, man.
It
works out.
And so it's a good balance, it's a good dynamic. And then Richard comes on instantly. It's like an instant thing. We know right away if it's going to fit or not. We've had a lot of people come onto the team, and it just wasn't a right fit. It wasn't a right fit personality-wise.
Right.
We're all humble guys. We all respect each other's grind as well. Nobody thinks they're better than anybody else, and that's why it works. Mm-hmm. When people do come in or try to be part of the program, and they think they're better, or they want to claim a bunch of credit. Like, none of us are like that. Mm-mm. So sometimes people come into the, and try to hop into the program and they're a little bit aggressive like that. And then we just go, "Okay, thank you."
And that's a good.
Thank you. We'll see you when we see you.
And that's a good thing to bring up too, because in case there's people out there, I mean, there's gonna be people out there, whether it be a person that wants to get in on the business side, a coach, a fighter, or just anyone that approaches any of us or me directly. We're still living the culture, and a lot of the I guess the way I like to do business is driven by that culture, that respect, that discipline, the martial arts culture, and the common courtesy and respect. Not only just for me, because you think that's the way in. It's for my team. There's been I don't know, no more than both hands, a number of times where people would talk to me directly and then think that's it. I said, "Oh, you know what? This is gonna work. Yeah, wait till you meet the team." But that's the whole thing. You got to meet the team. And if we're good, then then shit, I'm excited.
Yeah, he does. He goes, "Hey, I got this guy I might want to bring in. I wanted you to meet him. Tell me what you think about his vibe." And usually anyone who Jeff brings in, it's already bona fide, so it's always kind of worked out.
On the flip side, though, I try to fix a lot of things and mend any wounds that happen, but if Jeff says, like, "Hey man, we're not messing with this guy," I can't do nothing to fix that for you. If Jeff says no, like, "I don't like this dude, I don't like his vibe," I'm not gonna do something, you know what I mean? 'Cause I trust it.
Yeah,
so,
no, definitely.
It sucks to say there is a lot of people out there that we've done business with, and not just, business side, fighters that we just won't associate with.
Yeah.
There's no hate, we just won't associate with you because you're sneaky. You have a different motive, and you're not just being real like how we are and how we talk to each other. Like, we say what we want, and if it can happen, it can happen. But a lot of these people come in with a different agenda, and they're just sneaky about it. And when we find out, we're like, "Hey, man, we can't be around this."
Yeah, and we won't put you on blast or anything. That's the whole thing. We're
not gonna roast you today.
Yeah.
We're not. Well, I got them all listed here, so we're not talking.
Well,
First, let me start off by shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
I do remember that.
Okay. Yeah. And then
We
this
might
guy.
get at
You don't want to talk about this guy?
No.
Okay. Now, you know what? We're not even mentioning their
He's got a career
name.
going.
We're not even mentioning their name. We're not even mentioning their
Wish
name.
you the best.
But yeah, that's so that's the vibe. That's the vibe that we got. It's a vibe thing, very much a vibe thing.
It sounds cliche, but it really is.
It really is, and I think that's why the dynamic works. And I think fighters come in, and you could tell they're very taken back by the way things are run. Like, man, this is cool. Because we get on their level. And I think another thing why fighters like fighting for us is because we all have such a great respect for what they're doing.
Yep.
Even I treat amateur fighters like they're fighting for a world championship. For me,
they are, in their head. I mean, not even just in their head. They're fighting. Everyone who fights.
You're all taking the same risk when you get in there.
Sure.
And I've been in there, Jeff's been in there, and so we know what it's like to take that walk and how much pressure is on you months before. As soon as you take the fight, you start thinking about, okay, this is what I got to do. You got to think about the weight. You got to think about your opponent. That can be. It's the deepest that you dig into your soul when you're thinking about getting to a fight with another trained fighter. Because you know how dangerous it is, and ultimately you know that it's up to you to prepare the way you need to prepare. And then it's a self-pressure. And so understanding that what fighters go through building up to these fights, I think that's why we're so humbly grateful for every single fighter that steps through those triumphant ropes. And I think they feel that, so I think a lot of promotions are, they're businesses and they're thinking about profits and all this and that. And of course we can't go broke, putting on great fights.
But we do what we can.
But we try to do the best we can to honor the fighters in many ways, financially, but also everything leading up, making them comfortable, making sure that they have everything they need. We have a whole team of guys.
In our promotion,
we have a whole team of guys.
We'll go out and hang out with you after the fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah, because we're real people, So the show's over, everything's done. There's nothing else we can do. Let's hang out. It is an organization to where we associate ourselves with the people we do business.
And Zay has assembled a great crew. We have Ian, Bryce, Jimmy,
added,
the Sultan, TJ. Yeah, I mean, we have all these guys that Zay that has put a crew together that is so ride or die for us, And I look at them as an equal member of our team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because every little step counts. Every little piece counts. It's just kind of like a chain. If you have all these strong links and you have one weak link, the chain breaks. It doesn't matter where the link is,
And these guys, they really trust what we're doing, and we all trust it. We all believe that this is great, not only for the sport, but it's great for business. It's entertaining. Everyone likes it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, how could you knock it?
Yeah.
You can't knock it.
Well, speaking of the show, guys, we have a hell of a show here coming up. Where should we even start? I mean, we'll start with Jordan Weiland is coming back, right?
Yeah. So he'd actually, so coming back.
Because he
did
fought
one
for
of
us
our
before.
prestige fights.
Yeah. As an amateur.
Yeah.
Malcolm Hill.
Yeah.
Who just
had a great comeback fight.
Right.
Yeah. So
he's taking on a kid from down in Rosarito, right?
Yeah.
Lionel Padilla, right?
Correct. Yes.
And I actually got the opportunity to put some work in.
You met him?
I sparred with him a little bit while I was down there last time. And he's tricky. He's a tricky kid. I don't want to say too much about stylistically, but I'll just say he's a tricky, fun fighter to watch. I could tell already.
It's gonna be a good.
He's gonna have fun in there.
Yeah.
We got that fight, and then who else do we got, Jeff, on there? Who's next on the card?
You know what? I mean, in no particular order, but just going down to up. So I've been talking to, Zoila Frosto. She was supposed to fight Chantal Perry on the last show, and then Zoila ended up getting pneumonia or something like that. So she had to pull out, and I felt bad too. But one day we'll get Zoila back. But Chantal is fighting Martina Kroll. So she is So she's been hitting us up for a while as well, and so that's a fight that's going to happen, and very entertaining. So
And Jamie P. Up is coming back too, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's how you pronounce his last name?
That's how he told me. P-up is how he told me.
P for me is like feet.
No, that's how he told me.
Yeah,
the first time he fought for us, I was like, how do you say your name? He's all P-up, like P-up. And I'm all,
Who
okay.
did he knock out?
I hope that's what he said.
Bro, no, he was, he was
on our show.
the boxing gym guy. Yeah, with that left hook. Yeah.
Oh, man. He did a good performance.
Yeah.
Well, and then I know he took a step back, and I think, he was kind of putting his family together and whatnot.
He's going to be a police officer. Right?
Yeah.
Is he still a police officer?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
You know what I'm really excited to see is Patrick, man. Do you see Patrick in the corner?
Yeah.
You ever see him corner?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I've missed him on the shows.
He's
man.
almost exciting as Rami. Rami just will slap his fighter and just wake up, And it's just like you're looking at him in the corner. You're just like, wow, he's like aggressive. He's entertaining as well, To watch
Who did you match P up with?
He's another. So one of the big things about where we're doing a show is we want to bring out local talent as well wherever we're doing. So he's actually coming from the same camp as Vidalis, who fought on the last show.
And Monterrey.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Monterrey.
Monterrey.
So Javier and maybe Vidalis might even be there. You know what I mean?
I'm
I
sure
was
he will
messaging
be.
him the other day.
Oh,
He's
did?
got to
He's
be
coming?
there.
He said he's coming.
He's got to be there.
So so he's fighting some from his camp as well. So that's definitely going to be a good time to see him.
That's
and
another
Javier.
good guy.
Yeah.
And then we had an amateur from Rudy Ott's gym.
Yeah.
Edwin,
De
yeah.
Los Santos. He's making his
I like
pro
that
debut,
guy.
right?
Yeah, so he's actually come. He's super OG, you know. And even though he's doing his pro debut with us, he started way back with Bay Area Challenge.
Yeah. So he's been on Jeff's shows for some time now.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's fighting one of Carl Gebhardt's guys from Steel MMA.
Ooh.
And actually, this is where Zay got his feet wet, you know, of coming and coming to doing
Carl's gym.
So when I used to try to let's say like do my little networking and go heading down south.
Yeah, and I get my ass whooped every
No,
time.
I intended to spar.
I intended to get Zay's ass whooped.
He just needed
But-
like some weight in there so people can
Yeah.
punch at me. They just need put some meat in there so
But I'll
they can
do
punch.
3 rounds with Zay, then I'll come in and I'll
Yeah.
do a round with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I kept telling Zay, hey, bring your stuff. I got mine. And then so they already started class. So I was talking to Carl. We were talking business about something. And then the class kept going and going. There was like a lot of people.
Like
So
they wouldn't stop talking, and
Yeah.
the rounds wouldn't stop either. So I just kept
and
going.
I kept giving
I just
Zay the
remember
thumbs up.
putting
You're
my
doing good,
gloves on
bro.
the
You're
mat,
doing good. You're represented.
spitting my mouthpiece. I had my glove. I'm like crouching like this, and I just spit my mouthpiece. I'm like,
Oh, the
I'm like-
drool, the
and I was
drool's
like-
just falling out
Yeah,
of
and
your
I'm like-
mouth.
I was like, these guys are kind of tough. You know what I mean? I'm like, and
They were
then the
hitting
bell
him
rings
hard.
again. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
hitting him hard.
I am
Gotta go,
I am
gotta
what
go.
you call an every other round sparring partner now. I will hop in with the fighters every other round. That's about what I can give you.
Yeah. So I don't know if I hope I don't screw up the name. But is it George or Jorge?
Well, it'll be Jorge,
Jorge,
or I'm
Gamis?
guessing.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they got the J.
Yeah.
It's got the J.
Okay,
So
well,
I'd
okay.
say that's Jorge.
Okay, Gamis. So I met him. He's a super cool guy. I mean, he's super experienced too. So he should have been a pro a long time ago as well. So a lot of experienced guys. You remember everyone that fights Amy already looks like they're already pro. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
might as well be a pro.
Yeah. Speaking of pros, someone had a pro debut with us.
Yeah.
A couple shows ago. Brandon Kurosawa
Yeah.
is coming back.
Yeah,
Right. He,
exactly.
San Diego, LA guy, right?
Yeah,
SoCal guy.
He's one of Jesse Maguson's
Maguson's, the
guys.
boxing
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
The boxing club.
And Antonio Martinez is another is from south
Arizona?
of the border or where?
He's from Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
What gym is he
Zayafet.
coming out of?
Zayafet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It-
So
It's a weird like ZYNA. I don't even know how to say it, but
Yeah.
it's an
Well,
Arizona. gym.
I hope I didn't screw up the name, but I think that's right. But no, he was he's that tall kid that fought Andrew Webb.
Oh.
He's the one who's been freaking doing Muay Thai since he was like 4 or 5
Oh
years old.
yeah.
He's
okay.
good, man. I used to talk.
He's tall. He's 6'2" or 6'1".
Yeah, so that's
I guess
that's
that's
gonna
not
be a
that tall. We
different
got
kind of
Daniel
fight for. Yeah, that's gonna be a different kind of fight for Kurosawa.
Yeah, and we want to see. Yeah. Oh, say.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Yeah, excited about that fight.
got some
Excited to see
comments here.
Brandon Kurosawa come
Oh.
back.
We got some comments here. I know you're going down the line, so maybe we should talk about
Oh,
Kamako. Someone's asking about Kamako. He says he's going to get another W.
You know what?
Oh,
That's the next
good
fight
point.
we're talking about.
Right. And they're-
I was
they're
I was
listening.
about to say we are going to have the return
Yes.
of former champion, right? Someone that's been
Yeah.
on many of our shows and had super stellar performances pretty much every time. Sean Climaco's coming back home.
Yeah.
Coming home,
Home.
because
Yeah.
this is home. We've been missing him.
So let me give you the backstory to that.
Because
So
he was with Marilla, really.
Oh yeah, he fought for us a couple
Yeah.
times,
Rhymes
and
with-
and
rhymes with-
but he's home, baby.
yeah. So when he
Climaco's
left-
home.
So when he left, so he was the current champ. He was a champion at that weight division. I think it was 132, 135, something like that. So he was the triumphant champion. But he let it go because he did sign with another promotion. Sorry, Rudy. I know you wanted to stick with us and and make it happen, but you guys got to you guys keep fighting. But so I totally understand that. But we totally welcome home. He is fighting Chino or Hector Valenzuela. He's from Mexico, also, and SoCal. You know what I mean? So he hops back and forth. Super tough guy. He
Where's
just had a
his
fight.
home? You said Mexicali?
Is it Mexicali?
I think it is Mexicali. And, I mean, that's a border state. I mean, border city.
He's very local to Rosarito. You know what I mean? So super cool. He was
Mexicali's
actually
not
hitting
too
me up since the very first Triumphant, bro. He was hitting me up. Very patient guy. You know what I mean? He was about to step up on the 2 shows ago when one guy fell off. you know, he was gonna try to drop like freaking 10, 15 pounds
Just
overnight.
just to take the
Just to
fight.
take that fight for us, you know what I mean? He wanted to make it happen, couldn't
That's-
make it happen. So,
That's dedication, right?
yeah. So here's the thing about that. So that right there, winner of that fight is gonna be the title qualifier for the next fight, which will probably end up. So winner of those two is going to be able to fight for, have the opportunity to fight for that vacant 135.
I was going to ask the weight. That 135 is a very popular weight class.
Yeah,
People-
man.
There's a lot of people who want it, and there's a lot of challengers that can
For
fight.
sure.
That's a very busy
Yeah.
weight
Yeah.
for Muay Thai.
Exactly. So we'll probably talk about who the next opponent out of the winner of those two.
And that belt was vacant because of...
Because he left.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
he
left.
left, yeah, so
You don't
that
take
happens.
that belt with you, you know, you got to
Exactly.
give it back up.
So that's happened a couple of times. We never announced it, but unless we're gonna make that title happen again, you know. So what's up? What
That's
are we
good,
what are we
man.
looking at?
We are looking at, well, that was that, and then now we're moving on to another returning fighter that's fought for us, and it's been a while, with Anthony Castrojan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
He's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
back
Exactly.
with the, I love the head, he brings the headdress out, man.
Yeah.
He's got a great entrance, dude.
Yeah.
He got the whole Native American vibe going on.
Yeah.
But he's taking on a beast in our current champ.
Yep.
You know what?
Edgar
We just got a
Tavares.
message from David Huey. He wanted to let everybody know that he's really excited for that fight, too.
Yeah.
Castrojan.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That one's gonna be fireworks because both of them want to end it. You know
What's
what
up,
I mean?
David?
Hey,
Yeah,
Dave, what's
so-
up?
Yeah. So so both of them want to end it. You know, Castrojan comes from a very, very solid camp. Njikwani,
One kick,
in,
yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
He's a brawler, man.
He's a brawler. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
That Travis Clay fight with him
Yeah.
was an epic fight for
That,
us. I'm
it was
trying
back
to-
and
I
forth
mean, yeah,
knockdowns.
knockdowns.
Oh, wow.
They're wobbling around.
That was
I'm
one of
like,
those, that was like,
I just got the chills again. It's
yeah.
real, man.
It was like, what,
you
Pat,
cool,
it was like
Dave?
Pat, it was like Pat.
I can relive a moment. If you say something, I can actually I don't know, vivid memory of something that made me feel a certain way. And that fight brought a lot out.
There's
Yeah.
nothing like when someone gets rocked. It's like Pat Barry, Chuck Congo. When someone gets rocked,
Yeah.
and then they stand up and rock. Oh, Deb. Oh, Deb. Oh.
Oh.
It's
See,
Modelo
Deb.
time.
See,
fool.
this is what I love about Deb.
Yeah.
We are in the Bay Area Combat Studios, and you know, our host here, Dan Compton, and Deb from Suncoast Awnings always takes care of us. She knows. She saw that
we're
we were
going
low,
yeah.
and she
man, you
instantly
guys are
goes to the fridge
Usually
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
me.
Oh, now
Yeah.
might be a good time for a plug.
for a plug. Yeah.
Suncoast
Hey,
Awnings.
Suncoast Awnings. If you want to enjoy your beer backyard and you don't want to be smoking hot in this 100-degree heat, you know what you need? You need to hit up Suncoast Awnings and get a little shade back there. Look at Deb's so shy. She never. I try to bring her on camera all the time. She never wants to be
Thank you, sir.
on camera. She's like the Wizard of Oz back there behind the. Cheers. I know. I try to do it last
one
time.
of these days.
So cheers to you guys out there, guys.
Here, I'll take your empties.
And in honor of being in Mexico, of course, we're hitting the Modelo Especial.
Hopefully they see this and we do enough of these. It might be a
Yeah,
little
Modelo.
red corner sponsor.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Modelo time, fool.
If not, we'll take Tecate. We'll take any of you guys, okay? Like, whatever. Hey, they drink a lot of Tecate down there.
They do.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I rarely see it up here,
Yeah.
but they drink a lot of damn Tecate down there.
Tecate Light.
I mean,
That
would
is-
you
Yeah.
compare it to Bud and Bud Light?
I think so. Yeah, it's like they're like...
The American lager?
They're, yeah. So I drink a lot of Tecate down there is what I'm trying to say.
That's right. Don't you live down there now?
I did. I did get an apartment in Tijuana
See, he's got a lot of work, guys.
because
See, we're committed.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
we're all gonna stay at
it's a
his
lot of
place
fun
like a
down
week
there,
before.
guys. Let's just say, come down to Mexico. We'll take care of you guys. Listen. Ain't no party like a triumphant party. I'll tell you that right there. I'll tell you that right there.
We have
So
to
yeah,
sneak-
Castor
certain
John,
ones have to sneak out.
Castrojon, Tavares. I expect fireworks in that fight.
Yeah.
And then
Oh shit.
the co-main event.
Co-main event. So this was a postponement because they were supposed to fight on the
Yes.
last
In
show.
which I was so pumped about.
Yeah. So it's we got Magalay Alvarez taking on Cynthia Flores, which those two, I don't see that going 5 rounds. You
They
know
both
what I
they
mean?
both won their fights for us
Yeah.
a couple shows ago.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of like right after the show, everyone went,
And I see
Yeah,
some
exactly.
videos.
they're next.
I expect fireworks.
And it's perfect for a title fight. And look what David Huey says. Oh yeah, David says this is probably the fight he's most pumped about.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot of experience with Magalay. You know, he coached her for a long time, and he knows everything that Cynthia is capable of.
Yeah.
And
She
so,
looks good too. So does Magda. They both look
man, yeah, that's a perfect fight to throw up our first, female title in a. Is this our first
This is
female?
our very first
Triumphant world title. We've had WMC female titles.
Jenna Fabian?
Fabian.
No, I don't think that was a Triumphant.
That wasn't
but
Triumphant.
That was a WMC.
WMC,
Yeah, that was a WMC. That was like 2, I think, Triumphant 2 maybe. So that was a long time ago.
She's doing well
Yeah,
too.
she's doing very well.
She's doing good in the PFL.
Yeah,
she's killing it.
She looks good. I mean, I seen a little hump, in her fighting. And she took the loss, or I don't know.
On her
but
last
then
year.
when she just came back, her most
Yeah.
recent fight. I mean,
Yeah.
she looked like a complete.
I
Yeah,
think
it
she's
was a
put a
head
couple.
kick and
I
then
think she's put a couple in a row together now.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's killing it in the PFL.
Shout out to you.
So yeah.
What's up, Jenna?
I think I've seen her out there. She's training with
Sifo.
I
Ray
see her with
Sifo.
and I see mixing with Adesanya's camp too, back in New Zealand.
Oh, in New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she went. I've
They're
seen her
friends.
training back there.
They were
Yeah,
friends beforehand.
I've seen her
Yeah.
training back there. So it's like she's in with some good company there. But yeah, I remember
You know,
she
I
had
was
a.
on a podcast. I was on the MMA Junkie, what do you call it? Podcast with George, Garcia.
Oh yeah. In Vegas.
Yeah, and then exactly. And so he was, Adesanya was sitting right next to me. And I'm like, hey, bro. what's
Oh,
up? Yeah.
you did a podcast
You
with him?
didn't remember?
Oh,
He was all over. Yeah, he was sitting.
Oh yeah,
with
I don't
Stage.
watch
I think
podcasts.
I did another
I
one
mean,
with Stage.
well, I just do
usually
them.
just listen to
I just do them. I don't watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't even watch my own podcasts. Seriously.
Exactly.
People are like telling me stuff I said on when I was on the Bay Area Combat podcast.
That was a fun one.
They're like telling me, "Oh, when you said this," and I said that shit. I don't even remember. I haven't even listened to that yet. I haven't
What
listened
do
to
you want me
it.
to say?
Yeah. I don't
No.
like to watch my broadcasts because I'm so critical.
Critical, right?
I'm so critical. And people are like, "Oh, you don't like your own voice." And like, I'm over that.
Yeah.
I'm over.
Yeah, that part.
But there's a lot of
He
stuff.
loves his voice.
There's a lot of stuff.
Kind of love me.
I love my voice. Shit, why do you think I talk so much? It's like I like my own smell when I drop a fart. Everyone likes their own brand, right? No. A lot of things happen in a broadcast that people don't notice.
Yeah.
They don't even notice, but I notice. Like, oh, I messed up here, or
biggest
something
critic.
didn't work there, or the mic wasn't right here, and it gets me super passionate. So it's hard to watch them, but I force myself to watch them because you got to watch it's like watching fights. You gotta learn from watching what you've done. And it's not always as bad as I think it is. After the show, I'm like, oh, I did this or that. No one even noticed. I'll tell my dad. My dad's who I call, and I say, hey, did you? I didn't even notice, son.
Yeah.
You sounded good. So even though Dad is always going to tell me I sound good, shout out,
When
Dad.
things flow good, you can make a mistake if people don't notice.
Yeah, and
Things
it's
are flowing,
you
You'll
don't
notice.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're like a fighter, like when he's like, man, I messed up, or like coach is telling me not to drop my right hand when I throw that jab. Nobody else notices unless you get hit with a counter hook. You know what I'm saying? But when you're watching that fight, you're like, I dropped that hand 3 times, damn it, And coach notices. Coach notices. But yeah, we're expecting fireworks with those girls for the first female Triumphant World title that we're awarding. I wish we had a belt. Man, these belts are so nice.
You
The
know what?
Triumphant belts?
Oh, my
Diamond
gosh.
Flash.
I should leave one in studio here next time.
Yeah. The Triumphant belts are so nice.
I try to order. I mean, they're expensive, so I order like 2 or 3 at a time. You know what I mean?
I
Gotta
mean,
put
they're
on layaway.
cut, they're cut so nice that when they get in the ring and the camera's going with the lights, it's just glistening.
Like the first time I saw it when we were in Oakland,
It's like a diamond chain.
I was like, man, I put it on my shoulder. It's
It's
hella
heavy.
heavy.
Yeah.
And I was
It's-
like, tink, 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 tink.
Yeah.
This ain't no cheapy plastic
No,
belt,
it's not.
dude.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Real deal.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see who gets that belt. And
And
speaking of belts,
yes, sir.
speaking of fighters coming back, we have Eddie Abasolo
Yes,
defending his middleweight title, Triumphant World title,
Correct.
against a real monster, Jeff.
Yes,
you
sir.
got a real monster from across the pond.
Yeah. See, some people are like, he's gonna get cleaned out.
I
A
thought
lot
that
of-
too until I watched this video.
Yes.
On Max Muay Thai, I was like, oh, he's tough.
Bro, Alex is no joke. Alex Bablea. He's I'm telling you, he's been around.
I want to
You
say
know.
that right. How do you say it?
Bablea?
Bablea?
I hope I didn't mess that up, but I'm
Is it not Bublé like
thought it
the
was
singer?
Bublé.
It's not like the singer? It's not like the singer, right?
Hey,
Hopefully.
I apologize. if I
And
messed
I'm
up.
feeling good. It's
Hey,
not the
that's
same,
it.
Bublé?
Maybe,
No?
There you go. That's your tagline. No.
Oh, yeah, he should come out to that some Bublé.
Yeah.
You should come out to some buble. No.
Yeah, exactly. But no, bro, he's super experienced. Yeah.
Suavemente.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Eddie's gonna come out to. I mean, he's like super like crafty.
Well, this is what I like about Triumphant is it's like we're not just saying. A lot of promoters do this. I'm not talking about anybody. But they're like, let's just pull someone close. Let's just put them against someone from San Diego because then we can save on airfare. And let's pull someone from Arizona because it's cheap. Blah blah blah. Right?
Crazy.
So no, we're bringing someone from where Romania or
Romania and the UK. So he's coming out of the Nosy camp. Christian, the same place where
Liam.
Hey, he was in Thailand for a long time.
Yeah,
like
so
five,
he did the
seven years or
Bukau,
something.
he did with Sanchai. I mean, I'm
was
telling
holding
you
pads
guys,
for
do
Bukau.
your homework before you make a judgment. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, we got a lot of, I mean, obviously we're, California organization from the Bay Area. A lot of people have seen Eddie. So, and then you know how the Bay is.
Yeah.
The Bay is like, our guy gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. You feel me? Our team, our guy. Hey, and I'm loyal to the soil is how we say it out here. But, you got to step back and realize, like, this is probably one of Eddie's greatest challenges here.
This is definitely going to be sick. So it's not even just us. Although I see them play out the fights in my head to see if it's going to be entertaining. It's the one thing about experience versus this kind of experience, and it makes sense. But if it doesn't feel right, you know what I mean, and it doesn't play right in my head, because there's a couple on this next show that made sense to happen, but it didn't. I couldn't do it because I see it being boring. And sorry, I'm not going to say any names, because but it just wouldn't play out right. But the same thing.
I mean, we're in the entertainment business.
Exactly. But at the same time, as a second tier or level to this, it has to be approved by the WMC. You know what I mean? So if they're not up there in the rankings at that level, it's not going to happen. We got 2 titles on the line for this. This is the WMC Intercontinental, championship.
The styles are so yin and yang.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just watching
yeah.
videos back and forth, and Eddie has some really crazy videos he's putting out. Obviously, it's not a secret because it's on his Instagram, but his balancing, when he does his videos with balancing on that roller.
Yeah, bro, he's on another
like,
level, too.
He's on another level, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the exercises that I've seen him doing, shout out Ruben, he pointed this out to me. It's like dancers, like ballerinas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like sinking your toes in, like muscles in your foot. There's a lot of them in there.
That's why Van Damme looks so cool, because he took ballet before he did.
Well, you know who
martial
else
arts.
did? Took
Yeah.
ballet?
Who?
Lomachenko's dad pulled him out of boxing
Yeah.
for like a
he
year
danced.
and had him
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
I heard the commentator saying that on
Yeah.
his last fight.
Yeah.
So
See,
I talk
the
about some of the
finesse,
greats.
yeah.
Some of the greats.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, fighting is dancing in a way.
Well, what I like about Eddie is he's so philosophical.
Yeah.
Like when he's
like the way he
describing
breaks it
stuff.
down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, a vibe thing, Bay Area guy, so it's, when he's talking about stuff, him and Zach, working with Zach.
Yeah.
Now, Eddie's a lot more, again, silky smooth with his delivery. Zach is a little bit more direct, right? I don't know if you guys, another champion of ours, Zach Bonnell, I don't know if you guys have ever watched his tutorial videos. But if you haven't,
they're hilarious.
You need to, because he'll let you know. He'll let you know exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
And he'll let you know why it should be like that.
You
You big dumb. You big.
You're fucking retarded.
He's fucking retarded. Hey, he should have a TikTok.
He's like
Zach, if you're
he's
listening,
like
make a
he's
TikTok,
like
man.
the Mr. T of Muay Thai. That's how he talks to people. You big dummy. Because I told you, fool.
like that-
I told you once. I told you twice. You gotta put your hip into it. You don't turn your hip over. You got no power. You big dummy. No, that's not. I mean, but like, hey, but even like
You did that pretty good.
with a whole, I never. Yeah, it's my first time I ever did a Mr. T impression. Because I can't do Zach, so I'll just do Mr. T. I'll just do Mr. T.
Still alive?
Did he pass?
I don't know.
I hope he did.
I hope not.
Without me knowing.
Because I'm like, come to the fight, Mr. T. If you live in LA, we got ringside ticket for Mr. T. If you want to come to the
Celebrity
fight.
boxing is coming.
Yeah, come through. Come through.
And,
Sylvester Stallone.
shout out to all the other professional athletes. Come, call us, get a hold of us, message us.
Yeah. If you
can
want to see one of these
show
shows,
up.
bro, fucking come
Yeah,
through.
if you guys want to come to a
Text us,
show,
message us.
come through.
Yeah.
Come
It's
through. If
good.
you're into
We'll take
Muay
care
Thai,
of you.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
take care of
I know
you.
Mexico can seem a little intimidating crossing the border, but if you land in San Diego, we can get you there.
Yeah, just make
How
sure you
about
don't take
that?
any detours.
That's bet.
You know
That's
what I mean?
bet. Call Jeff.
Yeah.
Message him.
Come, yeah, we'll take care of you guys. We got the routes. We got the direct
Now, I can't
routes.
promise you coming
And the
back.
secret passwords. You know what I mean?
I'll get you there, but you going back
Yeah.
home is
Yeah, well,
Well,
actually,
actually, to do something different, that's on you.
I mean, yeah, just don't bring anything back with you guys. You can bring it down, but don't bring it back,
Consume
okay?
while you're
Yeah,
there.
finish everything you bring down, guys, okay? Because, yeah, you trust me. I was crossing back, and they gave me the old second inspection. And I was like, really? Like, this is a little intense. And he's like,
Was that just
please
two?
cough. Please turn to the left and cough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys.
It's like getting a hernia check and a prostate check. at the
Yeah,
same
well,
time.
what's going on right now? I didn't know that this was. You're not even looking at the car here. What's going on here? No, it was. Crossing is not been that difficult.
Yeah.
I just got a Century.
What?
Yeah,
got your
I just
Century,
got
yeah.
it. I used it for the first time last week when I met up with Ruben to kind of get things.
When
ready
did you
for the show.
apply?
Takes
a while, right?
It took about 4 months, but what happens
should
is,
apply.
I got mine like-
and anybody
You got
else
a year or two
who's
ago.
traveling.
You got the Century too?
Yeah.
I should
So-
apply.
So what you do is you apply.
You can put
for
a
it, they'll
card
get
on there
approved.
too.
Yeah,
I
and
should.
a vehicle.
Drive over.
Oh snap!
The hardest part.
I heard it was taking a year right now.
No, that's because of the interviews. That's what I was going to tell you. So what happens is you go to get an interview and it's like 6-7 months out. But they got this app. You pay $19.99 and you
Yeah.
put your cell phone number in there. And anytime someone cancels, it could be that day, it could be tomorrow. It
is that
texts
what
you
that
and
is?
say there's an appointment available tomorrow 7 a.m. Do you want it? And you click it, yes, and
Oh,
you'll get your
wow.
appointment. Like as soon as you're
So
approved.
what do they grant Century Pass? Century Pass, guys, when you're crossing
Sorry,
the border,
it's
it's
not
like
Century.
Century,
Century is for people
SENTRI.
who don't have passports. Global is for American citizens that do have passports.
so it's like a fast lane basically
Yeah.
to get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't own a passport, you can still get Century. If you have a passport, it'll be global.
Right. And you know how I did like a video of walking over and coming and walking back just so to save time and all
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'm gonna do that right when I register one of my cars on Century. I'll
I just
probably do
registered
another one.
mine yesterday.
Oh, you just did one?
Yeah. I just
All right.
did
Yeah.
that.
So maybe Zay will do the video. You know what I mean? Of driving over and coming back because before if you drove over, ooh. you
Okay,
got-
guys, I've been going back and forth since I have an apartment in Mexico now. There are good times to drive back.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So I've learned the times to drive back.
3 a.m.
So yeah, middle of the night is good. Well, it depends on
On
the day.
Tuesday.
It depends on the day. It depends on the day because if you basically like, yeah, if you go any later than like 2 or 3 Monday through Friday, the work traffic is already starting.
Exactly.
So like midnight to 2 Monday through Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday earlier in the morning, because I got across in 30 minutes. I got across in. Well, I got something planned. Yeah, I crossed Sunday morning and got over in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then they had to do the old rectal inspection. I don't know why they had to do that. No one else was doing it. I don't know. It just
Did you request it?
Why did you just slide right in?
Well, here's the thing: this is what this was the problem too.
fuck, I didn't
This-
even lube
Hey
it.
guys, this is what was freaking me out. This is what's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do this?
Guys, hold on. This is
done this before.
Tell me if this
Why aren't you
happened.
gonna check me?
Has this happened to you guys? Has this happened to you? I'm like sitting there and he's like doing the inspection, right? And he's up in there and it's like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden I realize like, why do you have both of your hands on my shoulders? How is this working? What are you doing the inspection with right
No,
now?
that's just me.
Ba-doom.
I went over with Zay one time, and then I got through just real quick, and then they said, there's a secondary.
But I did the inspection.
I had to do the secondary. Yeah.
And Zay walks in, and it's like, what? He walks in over there, and he comes, and I get through, and I'm waiting forever. And then, but I think it's his name.
It's the cartel ponytail too. Are you kidding me?
Hey, so even with my global, when
Yeah.
I crossed last time, I crossed at about midnight, no line because I have Century. They pulled me to secondary, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I got a global. Like, what's going on here?" And then they took the card, and about 15 minutes, they go, "Oh, we are so sorry.
Yeah.
You have a common name." I was like, "No, duh, Jose Martinez, John Smith." Like,
See,
from
if
Mexico,
you would have
know?
paid your $30 earlier, I wouldn't have questioned
He
you.
was like, "Oh, we're sorry, man. Didn't even check my bag, nothing."
Yeah,
He was
I'm
like,
just
"Okay."
kidding.
Oh no, they gave me the full run through. They checked every bag. Yeah, on the way back, just
Yeah.
it
in
is
the
what it
bag.
is, And I thought they were profiling me.
Yeah.
Because he's like, man, they asked like they're really nice and polite. Hey, how's it going, right? But then they start asking you questions like, you got a lot of stuff for 10 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I went camping and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, really? You got all this stuff for 10 days, huh? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I did. And then he's like, yeah, I need you to go over there. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I pull over and I'm like, man, they're profiling me. But then I look to the right and there's like a solo Chinese guy in a Prius.
Yeah.
And there's like this old Mexican couple in a BMW.
Yeah.
And there's this like family with 5 kids. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't think it's as much like I'm suspicious of you. I just think every like 5 cars, the dude says, oh, you got to go over to secondary inspection.
exactly.
And then they just check through and everything like that. They're very friendly. I mean, if you're not bringing, I mean, they didn't even find the kilo of Coke that I hid in my bumper either. No, but they're like knocking on my doors and like swinging the doors to make sure there's no loose weight in there and stuff.
Now he's scaring folks. They're like, fuck.
Nah.
I'm not riding with Brandon.
Well, just don't bring a kilo of cocaine back, guys, and you'll be all right. I don't think anybody.
Maybe
Won't get arrested.
No, but it was about 20 minutes. So in total, crossing took an hour. But if you go at the wrong times coming back in a car,
Oh, man.
it could be if you try to get there like if you go at like in early in the morning Monday through Friday like the regular rush hour 6 to 9. There's a lot of Mexican nationals that come over
Yeah.
and they work in San Diego,
Yeah.
and so the lines are super long, right? I don't know how it works. But it takes sometimes Jeff waited like 4 or 5 hours one time.
Yeah, just because I
I was in the car.
accidentally drove over
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, you know what? I wasn't meaning to go through. It took me 3 hours.
You see, so it's
As
all
soon
about
as
the
I flipped
timing.
Hey, but just so nobody gets, intimidated by the border crossing, it's not that difficult. We're giving you all the horror stories, but it's very easy.
Yeah.
You just got to time
Well,
it,
no. Well,
you
here's
know?
the thing too. And if you're flying to San Diego and crossing over
And
and
Uber's-
walking over,
Yeah. It's
right?
totally
just
easy.
walk
Yeah.
over. It's
That's what I
way
would-
easy.
I
And here's
still do
another
that.
tip.
Yeah.
Here's another tip. When you get back and you want to cross back over, if there's a long line, and you'll see what I'm talking about in the San Ysidro, right? If there's a long line by all the shops, there's all these trinkets for people waiting in line. They're trying to sell these trinkets. If you see this long ass line, there is a shuttle, right? There's a bunch of guys. There's a shuttle there for $8. They will basically cut you to the front of that line.
Oh, really?
So you pay $8, $8.
Yeah, I
They
did
take
that once
credit
and they didn't
cards.
take me there.
Yeah. They, really?
No, they did not.
He took
No.
him to the secondary.
So, yeah, they took you straight to secondary. They're like, Jesus Christ, I already paid the $8.
I got out of that van.
No. So no, they float you to the front. They cut all the people waiting, and they cut you right into. So basically, you're like next in line. So every time I've done that, and it never took more than half an hour crossing. And I got a friend I'm bringing this time. I got a pair of friends, a couple that want to come down and see the fights, and she's tripping because she only has an expired passport. And I said, "Do you have your real ID?" Because the first time I went, I only had in my expired passport. COVID passports were like non-existent. They're really trying to like make it hard for you to get it.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Nah, man, just bring your real ID and your expired passport."
Yep.
I crossed 3 times in 3 months with that.
Yeah.
And they swipe it to make sure it was valid at one point.
Yeah.
They look at your real ID. They didn't even question me twice.
Right.
Not even said, "Oh, your passport's expired," on the way back.
Yeah,
They
guys,
just let me right
don't-
through.
Yeah, don't let what you look on the website.
It's-
on
dude,
web-
it's
on
not
the-
that
yeah,
hard.
It isn't. They scare you and say no, this is not allowed. And I'm telling you, it must be that particular border crossing is where it's like okay.
Well, they'll put it this way. I was scared as hell the first time I went to
Yeah.
Mexico. Now I have a freaking apartment on the beach in Tijuana.
exactly.
Okay.
And that was just not even a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how what I've learned about Mexico. But as they like to say in Mexico, don't tell everybody how cool it is, because then all you damn Americans are going to come down and buy up all the property. But
You're dealing with Americans when you cross.
Mexico's
People think you're talking to the Mexican government. When you're coming back,
when you're coming back, and they can't deny you. They can't deny you if you're a citizen. So don't even trip. Just don't like when they ask you what were you in Mexico for? Don't say buying drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't joke.
Yeah, don't
say
fuck
bomb.
around with
Don't
them.
say bomb.
Do not fuck around with them
Yeah,
because they're
exactly.
serious as hell. But just be honest and be truthful, and you'll be fine. But after this Mexico show, guys, we are in the works, right,
yes.
for a complete revamp, rebrand,
Yep.
kind of a renewing of the
sir.
brand
Yeah.
of Triumphant, right, Jeff?
Yes, sir. All right. I'm glad you brought that up because that is exactly what it is. So, as you know, everyone keeps asking, like, fuck, that was a badass show. How are we going to outdo this? Everything is about improving little by little. You know what I mean? We're not in a position, we're not backed by corporate sponsors or so and so, but we do the best we can with what we have. and our efforts, from the very beginning, like Brandon mentioned before, the goal has always been the same. It's just to keep improving and be the best we can. We've been able to be one of the top shows out there on our own resources, you know what I mean? But, and hoping along the way that our backing will come to somewhere in between. But I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna sacrifice our integrity and our vision of the show just for anything, just to get us there. So what it is we finally signed an agreement, as you actually saw that recent post. If you guys don't know already, I signed a deal with StubHub. And yes, we used to be on Fight, the Fight TV app and all that stuff. But again, we were looking for a partner that works really, really well with our dynamic, you know what I mean, and what our vision is. And we signed a deal with them that, is basically going to get us to the next level. On top of that, I signed with a marketing company that is helping us rebrand Triumphant. Yeah, I got told I had to hold my tongue a little bit and my pride a little bit about the logo, about the website, and how it's like kind of old school. We need a facelift, and that's exactly what it is. Like I think Brandon said it best. You know what I mean? I'm very open-minded. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm very protective. I'm very protective of the integrity of what we're doing, as far as the fighters, how we go about doing that. But as far as the production and getting us to another level, I am so open because there's a lot of things that I don't know about. But depending on the person, the people, or the entity, whatever, that's helping us get to a certain point, I'm open, and that's what we did. So basically, we do have a company that's helping us rebrand Triumphant. You're gonna after this Mexico show, our next show has if you didn't see Brandon's video post.
I leaked it early, I guess. I didn't realize. Because we've been talking about it so much, I thought
And
that
he
it was
was there.
out there.
He was there, yeah.
So I had to do a little drop.
Yeah.
I had to do a little drop.
Which was good. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, and
That
it
was
blew,
good.
it blew up, too.
It
Hella
totally
people were
blew
up
up.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did pretty good in Vegas, and now we're coming back. I'm just
Yeah.
now.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, so here's the thing about Vegas. So tentatively scheduled for November. Okay, guys? We're going to close out this year. We're trying to be in Vegas. But, okay, because I've been talking to the commission, right now, what they're dealing with, we can't confirm anything until I get the green light, which should happen kind of soon. We're way ahead of the game right now, so so we got a lot of time to mess with any kind of quirks or tweaks that we need to do. But Vegas is just opening up too, and the thing is that they're catering to the big boys, boxing and obviously UFC. You're not going to see anybody else do anything out there, because that's what's helping rebuild Vegas, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We're looking to come back in November. I will give you a definite date, probably on a future podcast, which should be more often. We plan on doing something as our reach starts to grow a little bit more.
The reach starts to grow, and people want to know.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, make sure if you haven't yet subscribed, click the little subscribe and like button for our YouTube page so that you can be up to date. And we'll be dropping, with this rebranding,
Yeah.
we're going to be dropping a lot more old fights, maybe that archived fights, highlights, and stuff that you probably might have
You'll
never
be
seen.
able to order gear,
Yeah,
shirts,
yeah,
hats,
we got.
shorts.
I don't know if you noticed, we got this fly Triumphant gear here.
I'm wearing one,
I
too.
got the
I
hat.
I
Look, we
didn't
got
bring mine.
the hats here.
I didn't get to notice.
Yeah, he didn't get the notice. Yeah, he just owns the company, but he's not wearing
Yeah,
the
right?
shirt. All right, yeah, guys, a lot of people, they see my fly-ass gear, and maybe, I don't know if it's the man makes the clothes or the clothes makes the man, I don't know.
However,
but people
it looks
are
good.
saying, how can I get one of those?
Yeah.
And so we got more gear.
We'll have some of those shirts in Mexico, and after these shirts are gone, they're going to be classics. But I'm bringing some of those.
Man, my first Triumphant shirts are like basically like threads. I've worn them and trained in them so much
Oh, yeah,
now.
exactly.
They're so
That's what they're
faded.
for.
Absolutely.
They're like 5 years old. I won't throw them away. I won't
And they're
get
the
rid of
high
them.
quality ones, guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
dude,
We don't do the what is that? Fruit of the Loom.
no. Like I'm doing jujitsu and sparring with these shirts for years, and I'm still rocking them.
Yeah.
They're my pride and joys.
So, yeah,
but yeah, definitely got more stuff
triumphantcombatsports.com.
coming.
Yeah.
And then with this new rebrand too,
Yeah.
I know we're doing something else with the fighters, right? We have the ability to provide these fighters with
Something that we haven't done.
something we haven't been able
Before
to
you say
do.
what you're going to do,
Yeah.
there was a reason. I didn't understand it, but there was a reason Jeff was doing this, and when he explained it to me, it made a lot of sense. At the beginning, we were in a position to where we couldn't afford to give the fighters what they deserve, because when you're fighting and you're training, you deserve to get all the money you can and all the action you can. And if we were to lock anyone in and say, hey, if you fight for someone else, which a lot of people do to us, and if we did that, then the fighter couldn't succeed as an athlete. They couldn't grow because they were locked somewhere. And now Jeff felt, when he talked to me about it, he's in a position to do something for these fighters, and you might as well just announce it.
Yeah. So actually, this is already done. The fighters already know that is happening too. We are signing about 8 to 10 fighters to multi-fight contracts. The reason why, again, just like Zay was saying, was we didn't want to put anyone in a position to lock them in and not give them an opportunity to keep going if we can't live up to it on our own. But
let me
Go ahead.
interrupt. How many other promotions have signed these deals with fighters and they've got one fight in 3 years?
Right.
One fight in 2 years. It's not fair.
Exactly,
It's
and
not fair.
and some of those people are coming back. You know what I mean? And again, we're welcoming them with open arms. But we understand you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And that was the whole thing. So at least with this, with the partnerships that we're forming and building up to, guys, don't give up on us, because the thing is, if you stick with us, you invest in yourselves, you invest in us. We're gonna put it back on you guys. This is all for you guys. I mean, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to build up the right
Investing.
people.
Keyword investing. You
Yeah,
said it like that.
exactly.
Not a lot of people are doing
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of people that are out for themselves. You know what I mean? And then if we get caught up in it, you know what? Sorry, you might have made a wrong decision, and in hindsight, might be kicking yourself in the ass. But the thing is, the people that do are gonna be rewarded for it. Very patient, very good. Even if you weren't on a contract. There's some guys that fought like 5 or 6 times already on the show without a contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again,
Yeah.
it
Well,
goes
let's
back-
look at it
goes-
like this. So, like, it's like Zach Bonnell comes down on what, a couple days,
Yeah.
6 days notice, fights for us,
Yeah, and
fills
you
in
know
a
what, it just
WMC
came to my head, I was
Intercontinental
like,
title fight, has a great fight on how many days notice? Next show,
Yeah.
triumphant world title for you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not, we
We
Be
recognize.
ready.
we
and-
respect the
Yeah.
fact that we give back. We're not just looking to take from you guys.
Yeah.
We see what you guys are doing. If you sacrifice, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it worth your while. That's the whole goal. That's the whole goal
This
of
is-
building up and
Yeah.
getting these sponsors and stuff like that. It takes time. It's a brick by brick thing.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to stack bricks together, and we're able to provide this platform to provide a different opportunities for certain fighters.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and leak one of those guys. We'll do the whole list on a news release, and maybe on another podcast. But one of those people, because this goes right into from the previous talk earlier. One of those people that we're signing is Amin Balafreet, the one who fought Vidalis, Abraham Vidalis. He's one of the people that we're signing to a multi-fight contract. And the reason why I'm telling you this right now, leaking that particular one, because if you're gonna tune in to T12, the one in Mexico, we have Sean Clomaco fighting Chino Valenzuela, right? And for that 135-pound qualifier for the Triumphant World title. The winner of that fight is gonna end up fighting Amin, at that level. As you could tell physically at that show in Miami, there was a size difference.
Big size difference.
A
Big
huge
size
size difference.
difference, yeah.
And he still did freaking awesome. And I'll tell you what, he that's not even an excuse to him. You know what I mean? He say, hey, it is what it is. I accept it. You know what he wants to do? He said like this to me. This is him and his manager, his team has said, Jeff, I want to fight that. Once I win that belt, that 135 belt, I want a rematch with Abraham Vidalis. He goes, I want that at 142. You know,
he'll go
so
up
he
and
wants to
win.
be Triumphant's first champ.
He
you know?
proved that you don't have to win the fight to win in your career.
Right.
Like, you could.
Yeah, stock goes up
yeah.
either way. But we
Oh,
will
yeah.
see what Sean and Chino have to say about that here. Because,
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
because, yeah, those aren't easy challenges. Either of those guys are not an easy challenge. So
Yeah.
looks like things are starting to develop here, guys, and starting to progress real organically. And that's what we always wanted to do. We didn't want to force things. We don't want to rush things. We want to do it right, not quickly. Because you see a lot of, you'll see promotions do things quickly, and then you don't hear ever from them
Took the
again.
long route.
We're going on 12 shows in what's it going on, four years
4
now?
years, yeah.
So, I mean, through COVID, through everything, we're still rocking with it. And, it's all about, how we deal with our fighters. But, on the other side, too, it's how fighters deal with promotions and say, I know you've been
yeah, exactly.
dealing with a lot of.
I don't want to go on a rant. But when you were saying it earlier about investing in yourself, like, man, my blood has been boiling the last 2 weeks, and I've been calling Jeff. I'm like, Jeff, why is it this way? Why are people doing this? We're doing our best. Like, what is this about? And I don't have the answer to that question, but what I do know is that if you want a future in the career of the entertainment business and fighting, you need to adjust your flaws. Like, sometimes no one's perfect, right? And you might do things to rub people the wrong way and lose an opportunity that could damage your career. You need to think about what you're doing and your intentions. You can get emotional and want something and ruin your career by saying the wrong thing or making the wrong move. And especially with people like us, like when Jeff says, we're not going to mess with him. I don't care how good he is. I don't care if he wins 20 fights. We'll never fight with him. He'll never fight for us again.
That's happening.
And that could damage your career.
The whole it's a vibe thing transfers over to the fighters that we work with as well. If you think you're the king of Zamunda when you walk in and whatnot, like, you know what? Okay, cool. Thanks. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is.
And I'm not going to say any names because it's more than just one or two. This happens to us a lot.
All the time.
Jeff is very honest with what he can afford to pay people. Now, I do feel fighters in Muay Thai should be paid more. I know that all around the board.
But that's the whole goal.
They should be paid more.
Yeah,
It's
that's the building
But
that we're doing.
we don't have enough money, so the sport doesn't have enough money coming in to afford to pay the fighters what they deserve because the sport isn't big enough.
Yeah.
So when Jeff makes a contract or even a verbal deal with you and says that he can pay you this amount and you accept it, and then next thing you know, a couple weeks, they're like, hey, man, I think I need a little more. Or a day of the fight, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? It's a slap in the face to us because we've already extended everything that we can. And what bothers
Sometimes
me,
overextended.
yes. Hey, and
I'll be completely honest.
Jeff, how many times have I stepped in saying like, hey, you know what? I'll just do this to help out because
Right.
I really like
Zay
this.
comes out of his pocket.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
all the time.
A lot.
And like it feels like a slap in the face because we've already extended everything that we can, and now when you do this, it feels like you're like I'm being hustled. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
That's probably
not
the
a
key
good
thing.
feeling.
I hate being
You know,
hustled,
when
yeah.
you're being robbed, you feel like you're being robbed. It doesn't feel good. It makes you treat the other person a different way, and that's not my character. You know, I'd rather just tell you like, hey, this is the way it is. It is on paper.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, you don't have to sign it.
Right.
Don't sign the contract and then change. You know.
Well, guys, realize this too. I think that because of the way that we came on the scene,
Yeah.
people assume we are some kind of like billionaire-backed company.
I was gonna
Correct.
get
You know,
into
like
that.
we're
Good
some
thing.
Chinese or European, conglomerate, let's open a show and throw millions of dollars at it.
Yeah.
We're not, guys. We are a bluegrass, or what is it? No, grassroots. We're a bluegrass band. We're a grassroots organization.
Square dancing in a minute.
You know what I'm saying? We started from the Bay Area. We took over California, and then we went to Vegas. Now we're in Mexico. Now we're in Miami. Like, this isn't like we just had this pile of money that we're throwing at this promotion. We're building this promotion.
There's
And that's
ways
why,
to make money as a fighter.
yeah,
It's a
and-
formula. It's a formula.
and so that's the thing where it's like, the ones that understood that,
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
the fighters and the people that understand that, they go, yeah, I get it. They'll make that sacrifice. Just get me on. Right. And now those same fighters that were like, yeah, I'll make that sacrifice, back then. Now they're the ones getting taken care of. They're the ones getting contracts. They're the ones that are getting the purses and the sponsors from us, and
we have a lot of return fighters for that reason.
For that
reason.
reason.
Just show you. I mean, if you just look at our cards, go back. People come back to fight because of that.
Right.
That's why
And
we
look
have
at our
return
Facebook
fighters.
when we post that we're fighting somewhere, and look at all the fighters that fought for us asking to get back on.
Right. For sure.
Dozens and dozens.
There's three key things for me, working with Jeff and learning what I learned. You need to be consistent. You need to be professional, and you need to entertain. That's the money aspect of things. I know there's a lot more when it comes to camp, but as far as, the business, that's what you need. You need to be professional, consistent, and entertaining.
And let's put this out there, guys. I don't claim to know everything and be the top of the top. I just know what my vision is, and I know what I'm passionate about. One, because I'm 40. Oh, shit! Yesterday I turned 48.
Oh,
I've been
happy
in this.
birthday, Jeff.
Yeah, no,
48.
sorry. I hate to
Wait
call
a
it-
second.
Wait.
Did you say your birthday? What do?
No, I didn't
What
even.
did I?
There you go. There you go. What
Because of this man's was it 35th? You said
is-
birthday
35.
party.
I'm 35.
I was gonna save to the end of the show, but since you mentioned it,
Oh,
there's
shit.
there's a cool. It's called the Old Sugar Mill in Sacramento.
In Sacramento.
And it's an old sugar mill that they've revamped, and it's a bunch of little wineries inside. A couple months ago, I went out
He knows
there.
I'm a wine snob.
Yeah. Well, I want something you could drink with your lovely wife too.
Yes, yes.
So I went out there and we went to this spot, Triconi's, and we tasted. And this was my favorite wine. I tasted like 10, 15 different wines at 3 or 4 different wineries. And this Pinot was my favorite.
Yes.
So I since it's your birthday, brother.
Can I give him a hug?
Yeah, give me a hug, dude. I thought I would drop that off for you there,
there
and
we
you
go.
and you and Annie can
And a
enjoy
plug
that
to
with dinner. Yeah.
Triconi's. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. That's a really cool
Solid.
winery if you're ever up in that area.
I didn't
Thank
get
you.
you anything.
No, it's
No.
all right. You get.
You see how I'm
see
shitting
the-
on
I see
Zay
the-
right now? I'm
Yeah.
shitting on this
Great
man.
job.
No.
Way to level the playing field.
You like that, don't
What
you?
I,
You
what I
like
was
that.
trying to point out, guys, what I was trying to point out was I've been in this a long time, and I think I live the fighter's code, the martial arts code, and we want to do things according to the way a martial artist and a fighter would want things. As from the very get-go, it's always been, I've been an advocate for the fighter all the time, the whole time. I can give a shit about corporate and this and this and that, But, I do things, you see me, I've taken on commissions, you know what I mean, and this and that, to a certain degree. To where I'm getting yelled at and reamed by my own attorney. Say, no, you don't do that, you know what I mean? You do this, if you want that, you know what I mean? So I get it, but the thing is, we do our best to come from the angle of a fighter. We don't, so please don't come at us like we're hustling you. We know what we can do. We want our best for you because we see something in you. That's the reason why you're on the show in the first place.
Or even got contacted.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's a little story about Jeff. We were, if you haven't been, watching the shows for very long, we were on UFC Fight Pass at one point. That's a huge platform. And basically, like Jeff was talking about, if I like you, you're on my team, I'm loyal for you, I'm down for you, I got your back. And he says that, and he means it, because UFC Fight Pass comes to Jeff and goes, we need you to get rid of this guy, we don't want you to do this anymore, and you got to change that.
Right.
And Jeff said, screw you.
No, I didn't.
I'm not gonna flip. I'm not cutting people for you. This is my team. Basically, take it or leave it. And if you don't like it, then all good. And then,
we'll just
we floated on, and who watches UFC Fight Pass anymore? And like, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, now you're on ESPN Plus, so I got to pay for 2 different streams to get so you split your content on 2 different streams,
Right.
and now I gotta pay for this and I gotta pay for that.
Exactly.
Screw all that. Hey.
This comment on our YouTube is hilarious, so I'm gonna read it to you. I want to be on your main event. I've never trained, but I want to face Brandon.
Hey, who is that?
What's your name, bro?
Hey, shout out World of Floaters. That was funny, man.
World of Fun.
Hey, I got you. Hey,
bro,
turn the camera around right here. Right here, dog. Where are you living at, world?
Yeah.
Where you at? Come see me.
That was just a couple minutes
Come see me, world. I got
That's
you.
funny.
I'll oblige you. I am your Huckleberry. Okay.
Somebody wants to smoke, B.
Hey. I got all the smoke.
Yeah.
I got all the smoke.
No, but I'm even for that. I think we got to see the reason why the team is the way they are is because they're experienced in martial arts, in fighting before. We've been there, done that. Now, probably not at the same level as some folks, but bro, I mean, it's no joke. We lived the life, so we're not going to back down from stupid. I mean, I'm not saying that's stupid, but I even someone had asked me like, a few months ago, would you entertain fighting? It looks like I saw you on the bags and did this and this and that. Would you think about fighting again? I was like, maybe someone my age and,
I know Jeff wants to fight. He's going to set this up right now. You're going to try to set this up right now, aren't you? You're hungry.
No.
Who you want? Who you been eyeballing?
No, but it was.
Who you been eyeballing?
Can I be your manager?
Yeah.
Who you been eyeballing?
Chatri. No, no, I like it. I like what he's doing and everything. I actually, when I thought about that, because someone had put that out there, and I said, yeah, would I do that? So I started looking him up. You know what I mean? His stuff says he's a world champion Muay Thai fighter. He's got multiple this and that. I'm just maybe a year or two older than him. We might be around the same weight. Maybe I'm a little heavier. I mean, I can drop. You know what I mean? But hey, I would do something for charity.
Look at he's all. Of course, I would never do that. But hey, check it. I've already thought about this. Same age, I could drop some weight for charity. Like, hey, I know he's been on his mind.
No disrespect at all. I like what he's doing, but I would do something. If it's a win for a triumphant, you know what I mean? Good. Hey, someone even actually tried to get Zay to fight. You know what I mean? So we didn't make that happen. Someone's kind of being stupid.
Yeah,
some corny
that also
people.
rhymes with Schmishmore.
Some corny folks. All right, guys. So just to go over everything, Miami, great show, awesome show, wonderful show.
Yeah.
I mean, great moments had. You know what is funny moment?
Yeah.
I was just hanging out with Joe Schilling in Vegas, right?
Oh, I saw that video.
And,
where he pop.
Oh yeah, that I was after that. We were talking about that. The self-defense.
Shit.
He feared for his life. Okay,
Yeah.
But anyways, Joe comes up, and I've known Joe for a long time. I've seen him around. We've been around the same circles and stuff like that. And Joe comes up after the Miami fight.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right, because he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the bar?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
comes
I
up to me.
remember that.
He comes up to me, and I'm like, Joe, and he's hella serious, right? And he
I
shakes
didn't
my
know who
hand
it
and
was.
goes, "Why would you do Kevin like that, dog? Why would you have him Why would you have to talk after a loss like that? Why would you ask him to talk on the mic?"
He said that?
Yeah, he was fucking dead serious.
Yeah.
And I was like, Joe, I asked him if he wanted to talk, and he said he wanted to talk. He wanted to do his retirement speech. And Joe looked at me like he said it's cool, and I said, yeah, he said it's cool, Joe. He's like, all right, cool. I'm like, can I get a pic? He's like, yeah, we good. But like,
That was the pic
dude,
that you had from Dude, I didn't even know that was him. I was spaced out. I thought it was cool, Joe. Why would you ask Kevin after a fight like that?
I thought there was going to be a fight, because Artem was right there, too. You know what I mean?
No, at first I thought there was a little friction, but then they was like drinking at the bar together. You know how it is when you fought. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But so that was a funny thing that happened to me in Miami that I was telling Joe about it in Vegas, and he was like laughing. And then he goes viral, defending himself because he feared for his life.
I saw that guy fly.
Then we talked about our dynamic a little bit.
Yeah.
We broke down T12, which is an amazing show, August 7th in Rosarito.
kind of leaked T13.
Kind of leaked it, possibly.
Oh, there's a 14, 15, and 16 coming up, bro.
Just know.
We'll
More
let that.
podcasts with more information.
Just know
as
it's
they
in the
go.
books. Yeah, stay
It's
tuned.
in the books.
Stay tuned, guys.
in the books.
It's the writing's
Little
on the
hints.
wall.
We're still gonna
Yep.
hit. We're gonna hit different states. We're gonna come back to Mexico. We're gonna return other places. Just
Yeah,
stay tuned.
East
for this
Coast,
podcast.
mid country. Yeah, you never know where we're gonna end up.
I like barbecue though.
Yeah, I do like barbecue. Wink, wink.
Hey, how about, what's that one? Nashville.
Oh,
You like
Tennessee.
that? Yeah.
oh, is that on the? This is
no,
news to me.
No, that's not. I don't have my license there yet, but
I like Nashville. I heard the female ratio is
just
2 to
said
1. 2 to 1 females to males out there. So
You're pretty good
I
at
am.
that, though, Jeff.
I'm down for Nashville.
If he says it, it's gonna happen.
Now he said it.
yeah.
We're going to
We're going to Nashville.
Yeah, let's go.
Easy as that.
And
I've
then
been there. I've been there. I went to that Grand Ole Opry. I did all that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm down.
It's kind of cool.
Tennessee
There's
whiskey.
like a downtown where it's almost like the cruise.
I've always wanted to go there. I've seen
Bro.
videos.
No, I've heard.
It's
Ever since I heard
fucking
the female to male ratio is 2 to 1, I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Rebranding,
You said
guys.
that again.
Rebranding, yeah.
So after this, you're gonna see a new look. You're gonna
Oh,
get content.
yes.
You're gonna get. We're gonna get merchandise, more merchandise, guys. You're gonna see a whole explosion of Triumphant after this fight here. Fighters are signing multi-fight deals in the future here. So
We'll
we're able.
expose that soon.
We're able
Yeah.
to give opportunities to certain fighters, and I mean, and that's that, guys. I mean, shoot. On behalf of myself, Brandon Kyle, Jeff Corres, Zay Martinez,
One more
Deb,
thing.
Daniel, Barry of Combat, Suncoast, Awnings. What?
World of Floaters responded, said, me and Brandon, mano a mano, I'm going to hit you with the Eddie Abasolo spinning elbow.
Oh.
Hey, ask him if he trains already.
No, he doesn't. Where's he from? Let's go.
Daddy Goods.
What's that?
Oh, no way! Come on.
Oh!
Guys,
You know
anything,
who
anything,
this is.
Now, you know-
anything
yeah,
else?
Yeah, we know who it is.
I don't
got
have
you.
anything,
Oh, you know who it
Brandon.
is?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Anything, guys? All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. This has been the T12, breakdown show.
Yeah.
Got a lot to come. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to be throwing out more content, guys, as we vamp up for T12 and then T13 and 14 and 15 and 16 and 17, 18, 19, 20. If you want some gear, guys, stay in touch. Check out the website and whatnot, and you'll be able to see when we got the fresh new threads coming through. Until next time, guys, keep rocking. Stay triumphant.